Beautiful. Server is almost up soon, right?
Ooh, I gotta turn off. Alright, everybody, we're just about ready for second game of the night to start. I just gotta do a couple things in the game. I'll turn off the hanger so that camera doesn't glitch out. And I did take the suggestion of turning off black ice. We are now on vanilla ice. I still have orange puck. I'm going to change that to black puck too. I'll keep my trail and my outline on that we can see it through players. Okay. It's just about 8:30 game time. All right. Oh. All right, let's take a look at these lines here.
Why do I not see the server for some reason? What the fuck?
Did you refresh? It was just restarted.
Oh, gotcha. We didn't do that. Oops.
Okay.
Your starting lineup for Trout Storm. And the goaltender position, we got number 7, Leet. On your defensive core, we have on the left side, number 47, Shockey. On the right side, we have number 92, Super Xander. And your winger today is going to be number 4, Greesh. And finally, in your center position, number 94, Jemai Walkulver. Those are your starting lineups for the red team known as Trout Storm. Your starting lineup in the blue corner, known as the Bears. In the goaltender position, number 93, Son. We also have number 2, Richard. Number 16, Bartolonia. Number 27, Lanero. And final. Actually, that's all. Oops. They have too many players on the. They have too many players on the blue team. I can't tell who's starting or who's not.
Yeah, we do have a position change here. Looks like Elite will be swapping out for RD. RD will take game 1, and Elite will take game 2 for Team Trout Storm.
Now, Team Trout Storm obviously sitting first right now in the standings. It is going to be very interesting to see what the Bears have done because their record for the last 5 has been pretty interesting, none to say, is it not?
Yeah, and I'm pretty close with Sun, and we had a conversation about this before. So he has gone out and picked up. It seemed like every free agent he could find that he recognized, and I told him, if you look at your last 2 weeks of games where you lost, those 4 games, the first 2 that they lost, it was because he they had to forfeit. They had too many subs. I'm just turning off the chat here. It's distracting. There we go. Is because they had too many subs. There were 3 subs there, and that's one of our rules. You can only have 2 subs. The other one, he didn't show up, and their backup goalie, Linero, he was lagging pretty horribly. His network, he was playing basically in a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, he explained it as. So if Sun, who is playing goal tonight, if he has a good game, this should be a pretty good matchup here.
Indeed, it will be. Taking a look at the standings right now. Team Trout Storm, 7 wins, no losses in regulation, following up to overtime. They have 1 overtime win and no overtime losses. They're sitting first in the league right now in this 5-team league. And the Bears are actually sitting second right now. Their record 5-4 for regulation wins and losses, and overtime wins is 1, overtime losses is 0. So Team Trout Storm right now is looking pretty comfortable at 23 points, and the Bears are looking at 17. But obviously, first and second teams in the league, this is going to be a pretty good matchup. And lights out and away we go, ladies and gentlemen, as it looks like Barcelona wins that draw, and it goes it over to Breakdown Man, who climbs it in all the way, and RD gets a good save off that, and it's bumped off of RD into the net, already looking strong with the blue team coming out on top. Bart getting absolutely the perfect luck to be in the right position in that sense. 1-0, 10 seconds already into the game, as Bart wins another draw for the Bears. Unlucky bounce right now for RD. He's just got to brush it off. Here's a fellow goaltender myself. Bounces like that happen. And here we go. Sharky decides to go for the dump right now. Probably a good move right now, just to get the pressure off of Team Trout, and it's picked up by Linero on the Bears. He dumps that one as well, which gets picked up by Xander by Trout Storm. Xander, though, brings it all the way back, and that's also going to get picked up by Linero. Seems to be a little bit of a dump and chase game so far, but there's nothing wrong with a little dumping and chasing as long as people are actually chasing. This one right now is picked up by Richard. He's going to get pressured by Screech. Now Richard keeps hold of the puck after that little tap, and he's going to get past Screech, his man. He's going to be carrying that one all the way to center ice. He's going to go for a pass here towards Linero. Linero brings it into Trout Storm zone, but that's picked up by Xander, who goes for another dump all the way to Oliver, who brings it in. He's got a chance on Sun. He takes a shot, and he misses it off the mark. Gets picked up by Bart in the corner. Bart also skating it in. Bringing it all the way to middle zone. He gets past Xander, and he's got an opportunity here. He's got 2 with him, but he loses the puck because Sharky was on the ground. Gets picked up by Screech, going over to Jaquiliber. I'm just going to call him Oliver just because that username is hard to read
It's
at the moment.
Jamiroquai Lover.
All right, we'll just call him Lover at the moment. That one
There
gets
you go.
dumped all the way back towards the Trout Storm. Sharky picks that one up behind the net. He's going to bring that one over. That's one's going to get bumped off its mark and goes it over to Lover, which actually grabs it off of Linero, and
wow.
Sort of a weird opportunity for that. Nice defensive play to block that one out of the way. Linero's going to pick that one up to the left of the goaltender, who gives it to Richard, who brings it up right now. Richard looking for a shot, just misses the mark. Brings it over to Bart, who picks it up in the corner. Back to Richard, who doesn't even get a shot off. Picked up by Xander, who starts to bring it. That one goes into the corner of the right of the blue goaltender, which gets dumped into center ice. It's going to get picked up by Xander, flips it up, and brings it right back to the same spot. Xander's actually going to skate that all the way in, who gets blocked by Linero and gets bumped out all the way, and it looks like Lover's going to pick that one up. Bring it into his own zone. Sharky misread the pass, and that one gets put into his zone, who gets bumped all the way back up to center ice to Xander. Xander looking for a little bit of a skate here. He takes a shot, and Sun makes a simple save on that pass. Puts it all the way to the side for Brown, who sends it all the way to Bart. Gets picked off by Xander in center ice, however. And we got a 3-on-2 situation here. It goes behind the net. Linero gets a dump. Brings it to center ice. Not a clear winner for that, but it looks like it's going to be Xander who gets that puck off. Bodied by Bowman, I believe that is, number 42, who brings it in all the way, takes a shot, just missed the mark. Goes right back to the corner. And that one's going to get brought off just a little bit. Has Lover. Has that one picked off in center ice. And now that's also going to get bumped up over towards the Bears side. Screech right now takes a little bit of a shot. That one doesn't go off just a little bit. Sharky picks that one up. Loses a bit of control over it, but that's going to get picked up by Xander off of that play, who goes for another dump right now. That one's going to actually hit the net on Sun, just misses by a little bit. Lover gets shipped to that one all the way to... Yeah, we're going to call him Bowman at the moment, so that's his last part of the name. Bart picks it up, goes it all the way to Richard, who just misses the mark. Good passing play right there. A little bit of an opportunity ever since the beginning of the game for the Bears. That one's going to get picked up by Lover. Lover has an open ice, tries to take a shot, and Sun comes out to play it for a nice bat. Bart brings it behind his zone. Skating, looking. It gets picked off by Screech, which Lover picks it up right afterwards. He's not going to have too much, though, as that one gets put in the same corner as last time, as Bowman. Misreads it just a little bit, gets it past both offensive players, and that one gets put to Richard. Richard goes for a pass across the whole ice, and that one's going to get picked off by Trout's red team so far. So far, 1-0 towards the Bears as the undefeated Trout get a little bit of an unlucky break at the beginning of the game, but so far it seems to be a pretty even match defensively. Offensively, however, nothing's been really generated for both teams. As we start the second period here, just a friendly reminder, if you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome to the IAPL. My name is Billy Is Gaming. I'm a goaltender for the Sharks, who recently just lost both games, but now I'm commentating. If you do wish to join the league, be sure to join the Discord server. That will be posted into the chat soon enough.
Yep, I'll do that right now.
At the moment, Sharky starts to bring that one in for Trout Storm, who misses his mark on Lover. That one's going to get picked up by Richard for the Bears. Richard brings that one over to Bart. Just misses his pass as well for the whole ice as Sharky, the defenseman, picks that one up and gets it over to Lover. Lover's not going to have much here, however, he's going to have to go for something. And once again, Richard showing that this game is being a lot more won defensively than offensively to this time. Something needs to be changed on both sides to get a shot off. As Sun gets a bit of a fortunate bounce towards him to get a clear here, but it looks like Xander's going to be winning that one. Richard takes another bat here. He gets bodied by Screech, who opens up the door for Bart, who gets an opportunity. He takes a shot, and RD Gamer gets a wonderful save as that one goes across the top, and they score by Bowman. Once again, a little bit of an unfortunate bounce here as we see RD Gamer can't really do too much there as Sharky's the one that gets the bat on there. And here we go. Another face-off at the center ice, won by Bart. He is, I believe, 3 or actually 4 for 4 right now against Trout. Trout's team. And that one gets picked off by Bowman. The recent goal scorer goes for a wrap, and RD's there to shut the door on him. That one gets bumped out to the blue line as Linero takes a shot and just misses the mark by a couple feet. Sharky starts to bring that one forward. Xander gets bumped by Bowman, who starts to bring it in. He's got a 3-on-1 opportunity with Sharky's defenseman. He states it all the way, just misses the mark as well, but he beat the goaltender, just couldn't beat the net. There's another pass to Richard. Finds its mark, but RD gets the save. That one gets dumped up all the way to the face-off circles in the Bears zone as Bart is the one to pick it off. Bart goes for a dump, looking for Bowman, who gets his mark and gets around his man, but couldn't get around Xander. They have a 2-on-0 opportunity here. Xander takes the pass and they couldn't get the shot off,
Oh
just
man.
mishandling it just a little bit. Pressure still on, though, as Xander keeps that puck in the Bears zone as Bowman strips him of that one, and it gets dumped all the way to Bart, which will miss his mark as Xander keeping the pressure on for Troutstorm. That one hits a stick in front and misses its mark as Lover picks it up into the opposite corner. Lover actually ran into his own man there, and it gives another chance right now for Richard, who tries to skate in as best he can, breaks off his man, but Sharky's still there. He skates it up, takes a shot, and RD Gamer with a beautiful save to snub that opportunity as that one gets cleared all the way back to Lover in the other zone. Little bump play for Xander. He gets past his man. He takes a shot. Sun misplays it, and they score. 2-1 game. Beautiful pass by Lover to bump that one to Xander. And Xander, we know he can shoot the puck as best he can. Sun just getting it off the stick.
Oh
Couldn't control the
wow.
rebound.
Unlucky there for Sun.
That one gets another win off of the Bears. That's 5 in a row for the faceoffs. However, this one is still in their zone right now as Xander tries to get it off of Richard, who doesn't actually get it. Richard's now skating up with the puck. Decides to break check his man and tries to go for a pass across the ice. Doesn't get it, and Xander has another opportunity. He takes a shot, misses the net. As Lover now keeping it inside of the zone, gets bumped by Bowman and stripped of the puck as Bart brings that one across to Linero, who's skating up the middle. See, Troutstorm recently has been picking off those passes in the center ice, not allowing the Bears to get a good break-in opportunity. They're playing man-to-man rather than trying to play the stick. As that pass goes right into a high-danger slot area, but gets mishandled by the Bears. As Lover now skates that one in. That one gets picked up by Bowman. Seem to be taking a little bit of notes of Troutstorm as Bart gets a huge opportunity here, right in the slot, and RD makes a gorgeous save. As that one goes back the other way now. It's a 2-on-2 opportunity with Lover and Xander. Lover opts to take the shot, misses just by a little bit there. Couldn't tell if that was post or just plain missed. As Bowman now starts to bring it. That one gets past the pass, but a nice opportunity is stopped by the game clock. You can see a little bit of a tactical change right now for the Sharks, as they seem to be picking off, like I said before, a little bit of those passes in the neutral zone and also trying to body in the offensive zone to get opportunities.
Well, we also saw a line change there. Looks like Xander took over center, putting Jamiro on the wing and moving SK down to defense.
A little bit interesting. Could be because they're not winning those original faceoffs to generate the opportunities. That one right now is in the corner of Trout's zone. Bart is going to be the one to pick it up in the opposite corner. As he's got a big opportunity here. He's going to opt for a shot, and RD Gamer stands tall. Sharky gets another miss clear. That one goes back behind their own zone, which now is cleared out and relieves the pressure for Troutstorm. Lover gets a good pick. Now he's also behind the net of Sun, who gets a pass and takes a shot from Xander. Sun stands tall on that one as well. Bowman skating it all the way to Troutstorm's zone. He takes a shot, but that one's picked off by Sharky. Bats it out of the air like baseball. And that opportunity has been diminished as Linero mishandles it in front of Sun. Sun gets a good dump all the way to a weird zone. Troutstorm picks it up, though, and Xander tries to get a little bit of a dump going. He's got nobody in the zone other than him. One-man show going right now as that one gets dropped all the way back towards Troutstorm. As that one gets picked up by Bowman, and that one was behind the net. See, a lot of the opportunities here are coming from Troutstorm when they're in the zone. Bears are having a little bit of a hard time getting to the zone, but they get the opportunity when they get to it. That pass is picked off by Richard, who RD Gamer wasn't actually ready for. He wasn't down in the butterfly to hug that post. Stick clears it, though, as Lover Brings it up. He's got a 2-0 opportunity. Once again, he gets a pass to Alexander, gets the tip, and Sun makes a beautiful save on that play. 2-0s. Been the story of the game so far for Trout. That's 0 for 2 for them, but 2 big opportunities so far in the second period. And now the third. As Bart brings that one across, Linero gets the rebound, who just misses the net. A little bit of a chippy game here. A lot of opportunities just coming from good bounces and fortunate bounces from everybody. Recently, Sharky tries to get a bump on Richard, doesn't get it. Screech has to come grab the puck, and he clears it all the way down. Bart's on the Bears to grab it. That one gets dumped out. It seems like Linero was AFK for that. Doesn't get the pick, but that one gets picked off by Bart, who's right in the middle of the slot. That one gets swallowed up by Team Trout, and they have another opportunity to come back. Sharky gives it to Lover, who takes the shot. Sun right in the middle of the chest to drop it in. Textbook save. That's a goaltender. Bart now with the turntables. He's skating it towards center ice. He's got all the space that he needs. Sharky comes in to take the block, doesn't get it. RE Gamer makes another save to bail Trout out of another opportunity. As Bowman carries that one in. The defense now of Trout slowly letting them take the space to stick handle and skate in. Something that a goaltender really does not wish to happen. But that one is going to get picked up by Lover, who takes the shot for a dump. Alexander's going to be able to pick that one off in the corner. Because right now, Alexander's trying to buy a little bit of time for his team. Might be trying to come up with a new strategy here. See if they can get that one goal back. As he tried to go for a wraparound on Sun. That one just goes off the stick, unfortunately. That one clears all the way towards Trout Storm zone. Bowman and Screech fighting for that puck. Screech wins it, and Alexander gets a dump right to Lover, who just gets it out of his reach. He stops on Linero, though. He gets it right in front, takes the shot. Sun getting another opportunity for his team out of the way.
Gennaro.
And here we go, Richard, with another opportunity, 2-on-1. Beautiful save. 30 seconds left in the first game. Sharky had a shot, sent it just over top, and Bowman's able to pick that one up. Bowman clears it to Richard. 2-on-0 with Bart. RD Gamer goes out aggressively. And it's just unfortunate. Nothing really the goaltender could do on that play. 2-on-0s have been the story of tonight's series. This Bart actually gets a little lucky on that double post hit to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate story. 3-1 to the Bears tonight, but Alexander might have something to say as he gets a shot right off rip. Sun makes a jump and save to get that one out of the way. As the clock winds down, it looks like the Bears will take game 1. It looks like we'll have a goaltending change here, as we said in the pregame.
Yep, that's how
as it looks like it'll be.
Storm always does it.
Yeah, we also have a goaltending change on the other side of the ice. It looks like Jaws will be coming in for Sun. And it looks like Screech will also be off for Fuzi. As Leech will be taking the pads here. Clash will also be taken onto the ice, replacing, I believe that would be, who was that going to be? It'll be somebody, at least. As it seems like they want to enter a warm-up as of now to get a little bit of a breather. It seems like the timeout was called by, I believe, the Bears at the moment. But it doesn't seem like they will get it. It's a little bit of a change here. Bart winning another faceoff. The Bears do not have a goaltender.
Yeah, he seems to have crashed.
So as we're taking a little bit of a break here, why don't we explain a little bit of the different rules that IAPL has compared to other leagues that may surprise some people? As we were talking before the stream, a lot of the Bears had to forfeit their games because recently a new rule has been implemented that you cannot have, I believe it is two subs, more than two subs per game.
Yes. So one thing that we noticed was, or one thing that is kind of intuitive is a team in our league consists of 5 players, one goalie, 4 skaters. Um, and so if you have uh, 3 subs, it's not really that team anymore. So we limit it to 2 subs per game. And if you have players that can't show up, um, then you just have to reschedule. And part of that rule is if you do have subs or you have players that said that they would be able to make it, so you schedule it for a certain time, um, you join the game around that time. When the game time comes, you if you're down a couple players, you wait. You can wait 5 minutes for your players to show up. If you're down 2 players and the 5 minutes is up, um, the team that's down forfeits both games. Um, if you're only down 1 player, you can play one man down while waiting for that other player to show up. And when they show up, they can't join the game until the end of the period.
A little bit of an interesting change. However, I do believe the player base and the team owners would actually enjoy it as it's a little more predictable to see what teams would be playing. Now, let's talk a little bit about Leet here. Leet coming into a game with the Bears, scoring 3 goals to 2 of them being unanswered. It would be a little bit interesting here. As a goaltender myself, a lot of the mindset behind Elite, knowing that you're coming into a hot team, you need to start slowly chipping away at those opportunities that you can. You know they have Clash, you know they have Marcus, 2 exceptionally good players who can score goals and take shots. As a goaltender, you want to really see what your defense is going to be doing. You want to try to and choreograph as much as you can, even though that you're sitting in between the pipes. But even as late, you take it one shot at a time, and they might be hot on the first game, but they haven't shot at you just yet. They've shot on the other goaltender.
Yeah.
So you have a little bit of an opportunity to break down that heat, make them cold, and it gives your team also an opportunity to take some shots back because they're not confident enough to shoot on you to score. That's the mindset behind a goaltender that a lot of people need. When your team is getting shot off and you were the backup for the night, you just have to remember that they haven't shot on you. They shot on the other goaltender. They haven't taken shots on you. They haven't seen your play style recently. So they're still thinking you're the other goaltender. You could snub them out, put out that fire, and start the fire on your own team to retake that series to a 1-1 series tie rather than a 2-0 series. It'll be interesting to see what Leet does. We could see right now he's staring at the ice, collecting himself. He's not making too many moves, not allowing the blue team to learn his slide and his technique, and not learning where he likes to pull the stick and everything. It seems like Leet seems to be pretty mentally locked in here. So just waiting a few other players here.
Yeah,
Bowman.
I think what'll help Elite
Uh,
out is having Fuzzv on D. Fuzzv and Elite know each other very well, and Fuzzv's been one of our defensive anchors all season long. He's played every game. Very good defenseman. He and Sharky together are great. Fuzzv plays up more. Sharky stays back. When they're together, it allows Sharky to block a lot of shots and get aggressive and make some hits, open up some space on the ice. Fuzzv can get up, play more two-way, but he also has this way of kind of getting in front of the defenseman or the attacker who's coming down the ice, and he can quickly spin around and knock the puck off the attacker's stick. So he's a very good defenseman. Been a very good pairing for Trout Storm.
It'll be interesting to see their top line pairing as a defensive team, considering not only have the Trout Storm also made some changes defensively, we've also seen a little bit offensive changes on the Bears. Clash, Marcus, and Louis at the moment are, I believe they should be starting on them. Louis normally is a more defensive offensive player. However, it would be interesting to see what the defensive core of Trout Storm and their top pairing compared to the pairing of Clash, Louis, and Marcus. We know those three guys play a lot together, and we know that their chemistry is also higher than others, I would just suggest, considering they are, I believe, a lot more, as Marcus puts that one right behind Louis, once again, right off the bat. 8 seconds this time.
Oh wow.
And as I said before, Marcus, Louis, and Clash have a lot of chemistry, sharing, I believe, 6 teams together in
Yeah.
different leagues, funny
Yeah.
enough. 8 seconds into the game, 1-0. That goal goes to Marcus for the Bears. However, it seems like their Trout Storm isn't going to give up so easily as they get a chance. As Xander, for some reason, leaves that one. He crashes, actually. And now it's a little bit of a power play here as we see Louis trying to get the puck as Lover picks that one off, but Marcus and Louis are going to
Ah,
swallow that one up.
he did
Lover,
not
though, trying to
crash.
skate that
Trout
one out.
Storm's secret weapon is here, Chief Keef.
Oh, here we go. Chief Keef. A little bit of an interesting swap mid-game, 8 seconds in. Xander having one goal on the night. A little bit of an interesting switch. However, we'll see what the coach at Trout Storm is thinking with this switch here as Richard's going to pick that one off. Right at center ice. He's going to skate that one in. The Sharky, Leach, sorry, my fault, gets that block out where Richard's not going to be done with it. He gets another opportunity, but that one goes just high. Chief Keef brings that one back to Sharky. Marcus picks that one off, and Richard misses the net. That one's going to go on top, though. High danger opportunity. Leach keeping his cool. Probably the only man in that crease that knew where that puck was. Gets it cleared as Fuzzy tries to get it up, but that one gets swallowed up by Louis. Marcus is dead on the ground. He's in cardiac arrest. Someone get him a paramedic. Clash is going to pick that one off into the center ice. He's going to skate up with it here. This is where Clash works a lot. He just misses the net. And Marcus picks it up behind. And Sharky trying to get the wall bounce to go correctly for him. Won't happen. Louis misses an opportunity in front of the net. Take a little bit of a breather here for Trout Storm. Chief Keef is going to bring that one all the way up. He's going to let him skate in. He flubs the puck just a little bit, goes for the wrap, gets picked off by Richard. And Louis gets a good bat to keep it on that side. And they're going to carry that one up. Louis loses the 50 to Sharky, which that one's also going to get Marcus is going to body his own man, gives opportunity to Chief Keef. Chief loses another 50 to Marcus this time, however. He's going to carry that one all the way. Clash seems to have lost an edge there. Couldn't get the stick on that pass as Marcus carry it by the blue line. Louis just out of reach on that pass as well as Sharky's going to come in and try to block it. Gets help from Fuzzy. Dumped it. Marcus picks it off, and Sharky gets the block on that. That one's going to just squeak outside of the Trout Storm zone. As Lover now is covering Marcus. He gets the stick off, though, but it's going to be a little too much as Jaws is going to carry that one out. Gives it right back to Chief Keef, however, in the center ice. Richard picks that one off of Chief Keef. A little bit of a pickpocket move there. Louis bumps it to Clash in the center zone. Clash is going to skate that one in. He's going to rip it. And that one rings off the crossbar. A little bit of a tip in front, however. Rich is going to skate that one in. No one's able to pick off that pass over towards center ice. And Marcus is able to carry it back into the opposite corner. Rings it. Goes behind the net of Trout Storm, who is still there, surprisingly. Seem to be making that their own office at this point. But that one's going to get bumped out of Trout Storm. Definitely seems like the offense for the Bears is finding its mark today as Trout Storm is now starting to swallow those opportunities. Just like that, as a lover picks that one off after Chief Keef gets this tip. Chief Keef, with a huge opportunity in front, rakes it off the
Oh
post.
man.
Beats the goaltender, can't beat the iron, however. And that one squeaked just wide as Louis able to pick it off into the corner. Chief isn't done yet, however, as he's still all alone in the Bears zone. Seems like they went back towards their defensive ways as Clash picks it off in center ice. Clash skating up with it. Takes the shot, misses the net just by a slight one. That one's going to get bumped over. Chief Keef picks up the pass, but Louis blocks it right in the slot, and Clash gets a beautiful shot around Fuzi for 2-0 against Trout. Leet got caught in the slide, and it goes 5 holes. Unfortunate for the goaltender. However, bad bounces will happen. It's happened to me. It's happened to every goaltender, including PHL and NAPL. But here we go. As the time winds down in the first period, the Bears 2-0 going into the next 2 periods. Are we going to see a little bit more of a change towards Trout? Maybe trying to be a little more aggressive, as the time in each zone is definitely looking like the ice is tilted one way compared to the other. Marcus now goes for a pass. What a save by Elite. Going across the ice. Slide in, trying to do his best Carey Price impression. Makes the save. Clash still has control of it. Marcus in front. There's going to be a pass coming, which that one gets picked off and sent to the other side of the ice. Louis grabs that for Bears as that one goes right to Marcus in the slot. Can't get a good shot off it as that one rings off the post. It's behind Leet, who's trying to scramble and scrape that one off the line. And Chief Keef gets that one out, dumps it to take off the pressure, and even gets a slight shot off as Jaws misplays the dump. Lover now in the Bears zone. Gets a good pass to Chief Keef, center of the slot. He takes a shot, and that one rings just one. Chief, however, he's not done. Gets picked off by Marcus. Marcus now skating with the left side of the ice. He gets bodied. Xander takes the reverse hit, but he doesn't get the puck as Chief Keef now comes up to Jaws. So close, and he just couldn't get that last tap on. As that one reverses. Clash. Skating up with it. Little bit of a pressure. Gets tipped in front by Xander wide. And gets picked off by Louis in the corner. Fuzi picks that one off, and Xander recovers it. Xander now skates center ice. He goes for a dump over to Lover, who has a perfect pass right to Chief Keef, and Clash just gets his stick in the way. However, Lover's open. He gets a shot off, and that one sneaks on the blocker side of
goal.
Jaws. And we're back to a 2-1 game, ladies and gentlemen. As we see here, the slide by Jaws is what causes that one to go in. Just rings off the top right pad. Fortunately for Bears, that's been the only goal in this second game so far, as Clash gets a reversal here. Trying to look for an answer. Elite makes a beautiful stick save on the ice. And that one, 2-on-0 opportunity as Clash is trying to skate that one back in. Chief, though, goes for the tip, and that one didn't miss by much either. Seems like the offense is now starting to wake up for Trout Storm as they're picking off once again in the neutral zone and their own offensive zone instead of more in their own zone. As Richard sneaks that one past, they get the breakout that they're looking for. Goes for the spinning pass, and he doesn't even get it into the crease. As Lover gets that one past, and Chief Keef, who gets picked off by Marcus. Xander tries to get a headbutt on it. Gets a pass right to Richard, who sneaks that one right in. Unfortunate. 3-1 game at the moment. As we see, it was a double coverage on Marcus that led to that opportunity by Richard. We're back at a 2-goal game. Bears win yet another faceoff. As that one was close. It's a steam train right now. Leet stares that one down and bravely stays in place. Chief Keef skating in. He gets the pass in front, but Clash picks that one off. It's a huge hit by Marcus over on Chief Keef. He flips him over 180 degrees and says, "See you later." Richard skating that one in. Gets blocked by Fuzi, putting the body on the line. Somebody get him an ice pack, even though we're skating on ice. Clash, though, picks that one off at center ice, goes for a G pass. Jaws misplays it and goes into the corner. And it seems like Xander and Love are going to be the ones to pick that one off. Lover doesn't get a stick on that as that one goes to the opposite zone. Louis bounces it off of Chief Keef, gets it right to Richard out of that bounce. Fuzi makes a beautiful block on that as Chief Keef reverses it. It's got another 2-on-0 opportunity. Chief takes the pass. Now he's going to go for a shot, and it rings it off the post yet again. Nothing but iron for Trout Storm so far. So many posts today, they can craft iron armor and enchant it for feather falling. But unfortunately, it is a 3-1 game still. Clash now reverses it into their zone. Chief Keef gets the wall bounce, though, tries to pick it off, but he gets caught. And that one gets cut by Fuzi in the middle. It's Chief Keef skating in, and he's got all 4 of the Bears on top of him as he's squished out of that one, and Clash picks off that rebound. Marcus skating that one in, drops. He doesn't get the play as Lover now also doesn't get the play. He flips that over. Jaws also misplays it. Xander trying to go for a wrap. He also misplays it. Fuzi now dumping that one in. You could see there's Trout starting to take away the stay-at-home defenseman a little bit here as we see that defenseman skating up towards the center ice there. 3-1 game, heading into the third.
Shit, Cheeky. Shit. Top of the league. Fun. I'm trying, bro.
We see Richard talking in the game chat right now a little bit.
Of
Trying to
chirping
get a
on.
little bit of chirps, keeping everything family friendly though, because we want to keep our stream alive, thankfully. A little more chirping going on right now as Marcus is handling the puck in Troutstorm's zone. That one goes right in a high spot as Louis picks that one off and misses the net by a mile. Chief Keef, however, goes for a dump as Lover's the only one in the Bears zone. However, he's going to misplay it a little bit. He's got time for a wrap. He's going to come up. Jaws gets a stick on that one. And Fuzi's going to pick that one off in center ice to go for a clear. Never mind, actually. He's got 3 Bears on him right now as Clash picks it off. And it's a 4-on-0 opportunity right now. Richard goes for the screen. Gets the tip. Leet with a save. That's a dangerous opportunity, and Leet showing why he is a goaltender for the top team in the league. His Lover now flips that one up. Xander tried to get a little bit of a bat on that one. And Keefe now gets a block. Gets blocked, sorry, by Marcus, who starts to skate that one in. Richard gets a little bit of another huge hit in the corner. Didn't see who caused that, but I'm going to assume it was Xander to take away that pass. And that's one way to put your mark on another team is to drop one of their boys. Clash now carrying it in the center ice, gets picked by Keefe. He's going to have a little bit of an opportunity here as it's a breakaway, and he skates that one beautifully behind Jaws. And we're back to a 1-goal game.
We got a hockey game.
We got a hockey game here. As Jaws bites early on that deke, and Keefe showing why he's the top tender right now on Trout, minus Trout himself, who's in the voice chat and has declared to make sure that I don't say anything negative about him. As Louis takes the shot, misses. And Keefe is going to get back into that corner there. However, it's going to get picked off by Clash on the bump. Clash takes a tip off of Keefe, however, he regains the puck and starts to skate it back in. And it definitely seems like the Trout Storm, they are finding success when they're picking off those passes in the neutral zone rather than their defensive zone. It's Xander takes a shot and Jaws makes a beautiful save to keep them in the lead. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. As Marcus now starts to skate that one all the way through as Keith picks that one off in the neutral zone. He gets past all two. He's got one more guy to beat, though. And Jaws makes a beautiful save. I believe we do have a rule there. We might need to take a look at that with the no turtling on the net.
We
So I
don't
did
have
see
a
one
rule.
of the...
It is not. It was never voted on. It was never even brought in front of the founders.
Gotcha. As Lover now takes a little bit of his time here. Gets the drop on Alexander. Takes a shot and it's tied. Textbook opportunity to bring Troutstorm back into this game as Lover takes the good opportunity on Richard to keep his stick up to get that one get in. And the first time the Bears win another faceoff here, thought Troutstorm would have won that one. However, tied game, 1 power play time left, 2 minutes on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the number 1 and number 2 team do. Claw back from their opportunities and don't fall behind as much as they can. Marcus picks off a clear. He's going to skate that one through. However, he gets a pass all the way up to Richard, who takes a shot, gets that one past Leet. 4-3 on the clock as we try to see. Fuzi was a little late back, got caught by Clash, and unfortunately just over the shoulder of Leet. Those are always the hardest stops to make as a goaltender, as your stick doesn't really reach over on that area. Little tip out there for you shooters in the chat. Try to shoot it right by the head, but don't try to give the goaltender CTE. With that being said, though, Richard gets a fortunate bounce off of Leet on the back end of his pad. Leet a little late to sealing that post is how that one goes in. A little bit of an unfortunate sort of bounce here as we're back to a 2-goal game with 1:25. Clash now carrying slowly. That one's going to get bounced away, and Lover finds himself with another opportunity with Chief, the 2-goal scorers recently for Troutstorm. Oh, and he puts a stick on top to lacrosse it, but it doesn't work as Fuzi now catches it in his own zone. What a save by Jaws. It's going to be another dump, though, for Lover, as they're playing a little bit of cherries here. Try and get those goals back. We have a minute left on the clock. We might see a goalie pull here recently, as we see 2 men get absolutely bodied in the corner. That was Marcus on Clash Royale. Friendly fire in the corner gives Chief the opportunity. Keeps the puck, gives it to Lover in the corner. You can see Leet now in the background, looking over to the bench, waiting for the call by the coach if he's going to come in or not. 30 seconds left on the clock. That one's going to go to neutral zone. Fuzi now brings it up. Lover picks it off in the corner, tries to body Louis, doesn't get it. It goes over to Fuzi. Fuzi goes for a pass on Lover. Lover picks it. And that one's going to get dumped. Clash Royale finds himself with an opportunity with 15 seconds left on the clock. And Lee makes a beautiful save for his team. Stays in Trout's zone, however, as Richard gets absolutely bodied by Chief. What a hit, as that ends the game. 2-0. The series goes to the Bears. What a game. That one was pretty close at the moment there. 3-3 going into the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Let's see if we can get anybody in here for an interview.
As we're looking for somebody with a press conference here, friendly reminder, if you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. This is the IPL Network. My name is Billy. My co-host is Trout, who's actually the owner of the league at the moment. The Discord link is in the chat if you do wish to join. We do have a expansion coming up with, how many teams do you think is going to be joining in, Trout?
So right now, last I checked, we had 5 team applications. We'll have to check. we'll have to come up with a way of seeing how many new players intend on playing next season and come up with how many new teams to bring in at that point. Um, so it'll probably, I don't think we'll get all 5 new teams in. It'll probably be 3-ish. But I mean, if we get a large influx of players, then it could be all 5. But yeah, I'd say 3 or 4 of them.
3 or 4. That means that there will be at least 15 to 20 spots available coming in if you want to join in as a free agent. The link is in the chat, obviously. However, it should probably be reposted right now, if I can actually click the thing correctly.
Yep, and
And
the roster size is 10. So most of the time, most of the guys don't play every single week. So you'll get drafted to a team, and yeah, get on the team. You don't have to play every single week, and we do have pugs pickup games ranked. So yeah, come on out. It's a good time.
indeed, indeed. Once again, for everybody that has missed the game so far, first game, I believe 3-1 for the Bears. A close game on that one. And in the second game, 5-3 for the Bears. Thank you all so much for watching. As I believe, do we have somebody for an interview?
Let me check the chat real quick. Let me ask real quick. Nobody reached out.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, chatters, as we are waiting for our interview here, who here actually is looking forward to the playoffs, I believe, in what is it, 2 weeks? I believe it'll be soon enough. The streams will be bigger and better when it comes down to the playoff season, as everybody knows, especially in the NHL. Playoffs are a little bit of a different animal. Teams can fold under pressure and teams can succeed under pressure. We've seen the Florida Panthers in the NHL recently coming wildcard team in 2023, beat the Bruins, and eventually won the Stanley Cup because of it. So playoffs are a whole different animal. That means that we'll have a bunch of different players at their best. And of course, streams will consistently be going along with the server updates. We try to keep our servers as best as we can for the best ping for everybody. We do have a current poll going out as to where everybody is currently playing. However, I do believe our servers are based in Chicago at the moment. So it does give the best of both worlds for mostly everybody. And a lot of our players from different leagues, funny enough, try to join our IAPL server, from what I've seen, due to its stability, unlike other servers. So, like I said, if you do wish to join the league, obviously Season 2 will be coming up here pretty soon. Be sure to use the link in the description. And I'm still trying to figure out what to say at the moment. How is everybody doing in the chat? Everybody having fun so far with both games happening at the moment?
And we do got a
Go
couple
away.
of people that want to come in for a interview.
All
So
right, all
we'll
right.
get
Well,
them in the call here.
absolutely. And hello, hello, gentlemen. So here we have everybody. We have Sharky, who was playing for Team Trout. And we also have Jaws, who is playing for the Bears. How are you two gentlemen doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you.
I'm doing fine, thank you.
A little bit of a close game on that second one there. What was your guys' team comms sounding like when Trout Storm decided to tie that second game up 3-3?
Yeah, I mean we were pretty happy about that. Well, no, we weren't actually pretty happy about that. Sorry, I was confused. I was flipping the scores around. I thought we were losing for a second, but No, we weren't very happy about that, and that's mostly my fault. I let in a few soft ones, and uh, obviously those breakaways got to get fixed. I mean, we let up like 5, and I'm not very happy with our defense, but I'm okay with how the game went for the most part. Our offense is probably one of the best in the league right now, and I'm really happy about it.
All right. And Sharky, it seems like you guys were picking off a lot of those passes in the neutral zone and the offense or in your offensive zone, actually, between you and Fuzi. How do you guys stay with that connection to keep that plays going?
Uh, we just do what we need to try to intercept passes and play defense as best as we can.
And lastly, going to I believe that will be to the Bears. How do you guys feel for defeating the undefeated team in regulation?
I mean, I thought it was amazing, especially for considering it being my first start in that. It was probably in the middle of the game I learned they were undefeated, and I realized at the end that my first start was an undefeated team, and we won. So it was amazing, and I'm really happy about it.
All right, and Trout towards you guys, how do you guys feel about your chances within the playoffs coming up here?
I feel like if we just keep playing our game, then we'll have a good chance of winning. But we need to fix a couple of things in the long run here.
All righty then. And finally, towards the new person that just joined, RD Gamer. RD, you were the starter for the not the Sharks, for the Trout Storm, correct?
Yes.
What is your mindset going in towards games, knowing that you're playing the second best team in the league, and they have players like Clash, Marcus, Louis? What is your mindset? How do you prepare for a game like that?
I prepare how I would normally. I just understood that going into this game, the stakes were higher, the players were better, and to be more so on my own game. I think everyone played really well. The defense was good, the offense was good. It was just we let a few unlucky ones by. I tried to like push up in the last 20 seconds to get the guys a clear. It just didn't go my way. Yeah, it happens. I think the Bears played really well though. I think they got quite a good amount of chances and they made good use of them.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot of those bounces I've noticed as a goaltender didn't go your guys' way tonight. Is it just because you feel something could have been done a little bit differently, or is it just because luck tended to not go your way today?
For the first two, I definitely think it was just unlucky. The first one I went to slide and cleared to the left, and it just so happened to go off of one of my retreating guys. It happens. And the second one, I could have maybe positioned a little better. I could have been more back inside my net. I just didn't expect the puck to go over the boards and behind me. So that one I could have maybe positioned a little bit better to reduce the unluckiness. The third one was just me. That was me just trying to come out and give the guys one more attack in the dying seconds. But overall, I think it was just a few unlucky moments. But that'll do it in an intense game like that. It's just the little factors.
All right, and I believe the one last question will be going towards the Bears. Which team are you fearing the most that if you do make the playoffs?
Um, so far, I mean, it's still Team Trout. Obviously, still great team. Even though we beat them today, we don't know how we're gonna play the next time we play them. And yeah, if we make the playoffs, which I believe we probably will, then um, that's definitely a team to look out for. And probably uh, Biba if they end up making the playoffs. They have really good players, and but yeah, really excited to go up against these teams. They're all the teams here are pretty good so far.
There's still way more to come. Thank you so much, gentlemen. That will be all for the questions. Chad is saying interview the Sharks. The Sharks game was the Sharks game was before this one. Funny enough, I am part of the Sharks. We lost those games, unfortunately, because we just couldn't get offense going. That's what I'll say, to be the Sharks again. All right. Fortunately, I believe all the Sharks have gone to sleep. We're currently swimming upstream, trying to look forward to our next game here. But that will be all for this press conference. Thank you all so much, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Thank you for
You
having
are
us.
Yep. Thank you for having us.
Have a good night, guys.
Right.
Yep.
absolutely.
All right. Have a good
Bye.
night, everybody. Have a good night, chat.
Any closing remarks, Trout?
No, I mean, I just think that that game was a lot of fun to watch. Even though, as the owner of Team Trout Storm, I'm disappointed that we lost. I think they played well. In game one, they got those two um, lucky bounces that ended up, behind RD and in the net. Um, it's just I think they played well. And obviously Tampa is a very talented team. And as we were talking about before the game, I knew going into it that it would be a big challenge for Team Trout Storm. Because even though they have the 4 losses on the season, they it wasn't really a result of how the team um, plays together. Like I said, 2 of their losses were a result of forfeit, and 2 of them were Sun had an emergency and couldn't make the game, and their backup goaltender um, had network issues and was lagging. He said he was playing almost like a PowerPoint presentation. I knew it would be a big challenge for my guys, and yeah, unfortunately, you can't win every game. So that's just the way it goes. And this league is, it's about development, and ultimately, it's just about coming out and having a good time.
All right, then obviously everybody in the chat is trying to get their thoughts on Jake. I know for a fact Jake is sleeping right now. He's got work in the morning. So I believe that will be all for now. My name is Billy, co-host Trout in the voice chat. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching the amazing game between the Tampa Bay Bears 2, Team Trout Storm 0.